It took 20 plus years, for the industry to change from horses into cars in the 1800s. Today, we have the greatest new technology that it's not adopted yet by the whole industry. Is the most innovative Winsun's 3D CP printing new era of green building. And let me show you how. Brief introduction. Mr. Ma, the founder, the legend of 3D printing technology since 2003, has over 350 international patents, and he has achieved over 400 large-scale projects in the world. In 2002, actually, first in China, he developed the GRG material, the product, and then in 2006, first in China to develop the SRC special reinforced cement. In 2006 also, first in China to develop the FRP. In 2007, first in the world to develop the CMS, Quasi Magic Stone. And 2008 to 2014, first in the world to construct using 3D printed technology. And currently, he has more in the United States. He's filing more patents in the United States, which is he already held 350 patents in China and other regions, and including United States. Here's some of the examples. And Mr. Ma Yihe, the legend, has attracted attentions of 4 heads of governments at home and abroad. On August 13, 2014, Vice President Han Zheng of China investigated 3D printing buildings for implementation. On May 2, 2016, Vice President Li Lanqing of China inspected and evaluated Winsun 3D printed buildings. And on May 23, 2016, Dubai celebrated the first completion of the world's first 3D printed office, and the UAE Prime Minister and Dubai Chief Sheikh Mohammed unveiled the 3D printing office. On December 12, 2016, Australia Prime Minister Tony Abbott met with Mr. Yihe Ma, the legend, owner and CEO of Winsun, looking forward to 3D constructions in Australia. Here's a brief introduction for the milestones of Winsun 3D printing projects. World first batch of 3D printed buildings and become program houses in Qingpu District, Shanghai. World's first and highest 3D printed building, 6th-floor residence, including basement. World first 3D printed 11,840 square feet villa with printed facade and ornamentation. 3D printed underground infrastructure. 3D printed Chinese ancient courtyard. In 2017, Global Strategic Cooperation Conference and formation of One Belt, One Road National Green Building Cooperation. And in 2018, Global 3D Printed Shanghai Standards Shanghai. In 2019, 3D Printed Architecture International Standards League. Winsun's Worldwide Operations 2023. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 countries. And here are 3D printed constructions. This is the first generation. This is the first to deploy continuous 3D printer. And this is the second generation equipment. And the mobile printer third generation, Winsun's 3D printing equipment. Actually, we have the fourth generation that can close and set up each 30 minutes. And currently in the United States, we have 6 of them. And we have 3 projects in Hesperia City. Currently, that's being approved for the 3D printing projects. One is the 7-unit apartment, 2-level, and the other one is a 9-unit single-family home. Then the mini factories. And our 9th generation can print 10th and 4th up. It's not here yet. And Winsun's 3D printing building is safe and reliable. It has been proven. And here are the standards. And the advantage of 3D printing for buildings. First is the environmental benefit. It turns garbage and waste into construction materials. Recycle for a greener future. A building solution with the approach to turn construction waste and city garbage into an important part of the raw material of buildings. And 2 is form-free. You know how usually in the traditional way we have the wood barring? With the 3D printing, we can eliminate that. It's custom finished, any custom shape that we can do. And the third advantage is material savings. So traditionally, if we use the solid brick or the concrete, is solid if you pour the concrete. But with the 3D printing, it's hollow designed. And labor saving. It takes many workers for a big project to do the wood barring and pouring the concrete. But with 3D, just the person control the remote and a few construction workers to watch the drop down. 3D printed advantage number 5 is simple process. Traditionally, we have people doing the work, but with 3D, it's one-time finish. 7 is zero waste. 3D printing can turn any waste into building material. And traditionally, after we use this, when we demolish a building, the waste, it goes to the environment, but not with the 3D. And it's time savings. We printed 17 offices in Dubai, 1 day each. So 17 days we finished. Traditionally, you have all these timelines. And last but not least is cost savings. Traditionally, you have all this material costs, but with 3D, it's really simple. For a 1,000 square feet home, ADU 1 floor, it costs you less than $25,000 for the structure, the building structure, including material and labor. And it takes 1 day. So superb performance. It's up to 6 times stronger than the traditional concrete wall. Remarkably anti-earthquake specs, integrated insulation and thermal control, wonderful flexibility and lightweighted, excellent windproof and soundproof specs, no negative impact on human and environment, no pollution and toxic derivatives, no risk of termites and other pests, fireproof, waterproof, mold resistant, safe insurance premiums, especially in California, and high recyclability. So this is some of the project that we did. In Shanghai, Yanglu Dream Factory Phase 1 completed. This is a 6th-floor building. It takes 9 people in less than 1 year to build this. And then we have this. Then we have the industrial park in Suzhou factory that's completed. And then we have Xiangyang factory that's completed, Winsun's industrial park. This is Winsun printed part, also completed. And then we have the Office of the Future in Dubai with the Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed in front of the 3D printed offices. We printed 17 of them in 17 days. And this is the dimension and how it was built, how it was printed. And the exhibition halls. Here you go. And solar on the top. Right here. And 12,000 square feet residential villas. This one, it took 7 days, 3 days to print and 4 days for the interior installation. Here you go. And look at the finished product. And this mid-rise commercial and residential building, highest 3D printed buildings in the world. And here are the floor plans. And multi-family residential townhouse and condos, 3 stories. And this is the floor plan. Elevation A, elevation B. And here it is. Traditional single house homes. We built many of them. And look at it's so beautiful. It incorporated the old Chinese lost craftsman designs. Printed Agriculture Museum in Zhejiang, China. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, I love this. Holiday cabin in Shanghai, China. We did this in Japan too. The holiday cabins in Nagoya, Japan, and holiday cabins in Nagoya, Japan, another one. And in 2015, Milan World Expo, Winsun printed KIP a pavilion and UN garden. It's absolutely beautiful. Unbelievable. An Apex Summit wall system. We also printed. Leisure Park Pavilion. Custom design unique office building. Rivers, lakes, seas bank construction projects. 1,640-foot shoreline protection project completed using 3D, and you hardly see workers there. Expressway infrastructure project. Tiny home modular structures in the winter, in the cold. And here are tiny homes, which is we can help to solve the homeless crisis in the United States. And not just the homeless, but also the low income. Mr. Ma's, the legends, his dream is for everyone on earth to be able to afford to live in a beautiful home. And here's the environmental public bathrooms. It's all 3D. Wow, all 3D printed. And that's different ones and different designs, all 3D printed. And here is the bus station. This is how they print. And the green walls. And the finished product of green walls. Roads and sound barriers. And highway and road sound barrier. Continue. Sign landscaping. Signs and decoration. It's all 3D printed. Landscape lights. Landscape flower beds. Landscape bridges. We can 3D print. And landscape seats. And flower pots. Wow, look at this. It's so pretty. And then we have the ecological coastline products as well. Get this. Printed coastline, riverbank line, retaining walls. Dry construction system parts. And creative decorative building component solution. It's anise. Beville. Oh my gosh. Look at this. In the United States, we haven't seen that yet. But we are here because the founder created another company in the United States since November last year when he moved to the United States. And he received the EB-1A visa in May. Also, that's when his first 3 projects got approved by the Hesperia City for the 3D printing expressway infrastructure project. And of course, these are in China. And the wall connection, how he did it. And here are the wall connections. My gosh. Suspended floor. And the foundation. This is how it was done. Look at this. This is all foundation. Column. Here are the columns. And that's it. So